Gotta get them plow trucks sounding right. Healthiest plow trucks this side of the Mississippi. All right, y'all, if you're interested in storm work, we have a training rodeo coming up at the shop, 401 South Wall Street, Benson, March 2nd, 9 o'clock. 3/4 ton truck is all you need. We have some other opportunities with equipment or plow trucks and stuff like that, but just a normal crew, which is what the majority of the guys are. 3/4 ton truck. We have transfer tanks. It's a great side gig. You can make a ton of money. We are going to be very busy this year, so don't miss out on this chance. We call it the Race Car Fund. You build your race car your own. All right, you're just gonna fire from the hip, all right?
No, you're gonna keep me off camera to start off with.
You want to do like a script or something, or no?
No, I don't need a script. I'm just gonna fucking insult you.
All right.
I don't need a script.
All right, y'all, welcome back. We are here at HCR Innovations. If you can't tell by the world's fastest convertible white big block twin turbo Fox body and Devin Vanderhoof. Devin,
yes.
I don't even have to introduce you. Everyone knows who you are.
Mm-hmm.
Brief.
That's
What?
they hate you.
What is your drag racing history, real quick?
I've been doing it for a while.
Okay. Have you won anything lately?
Yeah, we won a bunch of shit last year. We sucked so far this year. But it's January, so the year is young.
All right, we had to pause this real quick. You got to take them when you can get them. We have a little slip up here from Devin. I don't know if Devin's aware, but it's actually not January. We are in the 14th day of February, so 2 weeks into another month. My man's clueless right now, delusional.
I'm sure we have plenty more time to suck some more. So,
well, we brought you another project. We've wired up Slick Rick for us, which works great. I must say, it is redundant. Haven't had any wiring failures yet.
Yeah, that's kind of what we strive for. Even your little gay disco lights still work.
They do still work.
Yeah.
I did mess one up, but it works up until where I put the zip tie.
Right.
So we're bringing you this project here. This is here for wiring and some fabrication stuff over at Performance Fab.
Yeah, I think you drop me off a car and say, hey, can you wire this stuff up? And then, by the way, cut my firewall out and make this shit fit.
Okay. Full disclosure, this was talked about prior, and this is a backstory. I called Matt at Performance Fab. He did really all the fab work on that. So very, very skilled fabricator. Said, hey, I need to order some torque boxes from you. Ordered up some torque boxes. They came in. They're great. I said, hey, did Devin mention to you you're going to do some work on my car? He's like, no. I was like, okay, that's actually how I expect this to go. You're going to do some work on the car.
Well, in full disclosure, when you called me about doing it, I figured you were just full of shit like you usually are. So I didn't even bother wasting his time. And then you were like, hey, did you talk to Matt? I was like, no, because I didn't want to like get him set up for failure. And you're like, no, I'm really going to bring the car to you. And I was like, oh, okay. And then by that time, you had called Matt already. So.
Yeah.
So I was really just looking out for my buddy Matt because I figured you were going to dick him down. You know what I mean?
No, I actually am bringing work. That's what all the blue tape marks are. So we're going to go over real quick, front to back, head to toe, on what's getting done here. And by the end of this journey, you're going to fire it up here.
Yeah. So what my plan is when it's all done, I'm gonna hit the starter and then I'm just gonna hold this thing wide open and just whoop hot until the rods come out the side of it. Right? Just whoop hot, and then we're gonna do it outside though because my floors are pretty nice. So I don't want to screw them up. I'll probably put like a big bunch of pig mat and some maybe like one of those track tarps. You know?
I know what you mean.
We'll put some walls on it because I'm gonna scatter everything out.
Everything. Nice, very nice. HOLLEY, EFI on a blower. Not a lot of guys do it. I say it's coming slightly popular, maybe.
It's slowly getting there. Normally mechanical, like what most people would do, is they do like a hybrid system with mechanical injection here and then fuel injection down here. Recently, past couple of years, a lot of guys have gotten away from mechanical injection and done what you're doing here, which is putting injectors up on the top of the blower. Probably going to start off with 60% fuel up above the blower and 40% down below. You wind up using the bottom injectors to trim individual cylinders as needed. But
do you like this better than like the mechanical, like the hybrid system or the full mechanical stuff? I mean, you're an EFI guy through and through.
Yeah, but I understand mechanical too. Mechanical's like really simple. The problem is that you need to have somebody that's really good with mechanical. And the person that's really good with mechanical typically isn't really good with electronic, right? So it's better for somebody who wants to race their stuff on their own to just stick to one or the other. So if they really understand mechanical, leave it mechanical. But then when you do mechanical and then use fuel like a dominator for everything else, as far as like ignition and data collection and all that, it's like kind of doesn't make sense to have both. So I like this. It works well, especially with these big injectors that are out now, that we can actually flood the blower. But literally 60-ish% of the fueling is going to come through these top injectors. So like, a lot of people think and worry about like injector placement and stuff with like their engines, and it's critical with like smaller stuff, but with like a screw, it doesn't care. It's just like hammer me with fuel.
Yeah, put fuel in it.
Yeah.
We're also running like no O2, so that's like another twist to the EFI thing. Because EFI is no, like the big thing, to me, the selling point is, oh, well, it's got correction.
Well, so...
which is like, that's kind of like a lie, because I feel like the boomers out there are like, oh, it'll just tune itself.
Well, actually, you know what? I don't even blame the boomers, right? I blame the young guys. And you've probably empowered a lot of this with LS Nasty, right? You've probably led the way to this. I think a lot of the issue comes from the younger guys who get into fueling or to get into race cars, and they go, God damn, this thing's self-learning. All I got to do is hook up my O2 sensor, and it's just going to do its thing. And you see like 200% corrections. Like,
Yep.
And you're just like, Holly, take the wheel. Screw it. You know what I mean? But the problem is like the person who does that also doesn't understand that like you have to input like some information.
Yes.
And it can't be wrong. Because if you give it wrong information, it's just going to follow the wrong path and it's going to blow your shit up. And then it turns into, I should go online and bitch about everything. And, you know, Holly blew up my engine and yada, yada. But in the reality of it is that they did. So the beauty of a blower is that you literally fuel the things until they damn near shut off.
Yep.
Because there's just too much damn fuel, and then you just start trimming fuel out of them.
Yep.
And no matter what, they just run.
And good thing about this, Hemi, spark plugs, easy access. So it is going to be, we're going to be checking a lot of plugs, looking at the fuel. I can't see ourselves being like, oh, let's lean it out to go a little bit quicker. It's going to be one of those things probably where with the chassis, we're not running like full tilt 100% efficiency on the combo. We're probably going to have a lot of room to grow.
With you, I wouldn't expect you to like get like, oh man, we should probably lean this thing out a little bit, and then like Scott's gonna be like, you're an idiot, shut up. No, this thing should make more than enough power for you. You know what I mean? Are you still just protesting too?
Put some respect on my name.
You know,
I've graduated.
I've entered some races. Okay. I've won some races.
Shit,
I've participated in LDR, hence
So
the sticker.
Trophies, as in your LDR trophy.
That is my LDR trophy. I'm what you call a competitive class filler.
Perfect. If you guys haven't noticed, I don't follow anything John does. I don't watch any of his videos, and I won't even watch this one because I refuse to give him the clicks. But no, the deal with this thing is that this whole unit here makes more power than the person holding the phone can deal with in this car.
Let's go.
Stop playing with my fucking name.
Well, thank you. You saved me within the car.
It wasn't just about you. It's that this car,
the
chassis can't handle what that's capable of doing.
The chassis will more than likely be the limiting factor to how fast we can go with this combination. The blower on a Hemi's been 360 flat. Right. I don't think we're going 360 flat. And if we do, the internet's going to hear about it, that's for sure.
If this goes 360 flat, then everybody with a pronoun needs to sell all their shit. You know what I mean? Because if you're like, I showed up with this G-Box and 360 flat with the duct tape in windshield, then everybody needs to just sell their shit. But, you know, like, no, I mean, this thing makes more than enough power for this chassis. Plus on a T75 tire, this is going to be a little touchy. Tune it without no 2, though. Will separate the people that don't know how to tune versus the ones that do. And basically, if you think about it, mechanical injection, they didn't have O2 sensors. They had, most of the time, they'd be lucky if they had EGTs, right?
Yeah. Well, a lot of them had like, well, I guess on the Holly, you can go off fuel consumption and go off of how much fuel you are consuming, but they've had some meters like that from what I've researched.
Yeah, so they'll put a flow meter in line here, like up to the top injector, or just one main flow meter right here off of the pump, and then another one off of the return, like coming back to the regulator.
See how much it consumes.
You see the deviation. You have a delta between the the feed and the return.
What you think about it? I mean, back in the day, that shit's it's pretty interesting.
That was some high dollar shit back in the day. The majority of people that had these things back in the day were like, they pull the plug out and they're like, man, we still got all the straps, we're good.
Yeah,
you know
yeah,
what I mean?
exactly.
We're still rocking and rolling, let's hammer down. So
I'm excited because I think this is like a new journey. We've done a lot of the turbo stuff, whether it's small block Ford, LS, or the 481X, all kind of similar. This is going to be out there. It's going to turn some heads. I brought you the car with a lot of the stuff done, some stuff not done. We did plumb it. What thoughts on the plumbing?
do you really want me to talk about it?
Yeah, talk about it.
Okay, fine.
Professional opinion from one plumber to another. Cause you plumb cars here,
Yes,
one
I
of the
do.
services.
So first off, everything looks fine. Brown and Miller stuff, top notch, right? This wouldn't fly with me.
The blue?
The blue.
It was out of stock.
I don't give a shit.
It was out of stock.
I don't care. You don't have anywhere that you had to be that was that important. You couldn't have called me because I had these in black.
Wow,
bet you I had these in black.
didn't think about
Yeah,
that.
you never called me. Though.
No, I
But,
didn't.
You know, it doesn't matter. So, you know, day late, dollar short as always with John.
We're adding in some blue features like
Yeah.
this big
That's why I was
plug.
using these blue painter's tape to fix all your shit. That's really show off some of your, you know what I mean, your finer work.
It's contrast.
No, honestly though, plumbing wise, it looks fine. It looks good, minus the blue fittings. I just don't like blue fittings.
We got it. It looks fine. It does look fine. That's a compliment from Devin. It looks
It
fine.
doesn't look good. You know what I mean? It's not good. It's fine.
There it is.
Exactly.
There it is. So some of the stuff that you guys are going to be doing here. Matt over at Performance Fab, he's going to be moving the fuel tank back, putting a bar around it.
Yeah, because as far as I knew, you were actually already doing this.
Talked about it a few times. Talked about it a lot. Didn't get around to it.
Typical.
We got some stuff here with the fuel rail, modifying that. TPS sensor, which I think that's going to be interesting. Have you done a lot like that?
Yeah, I've done them on some of the carb. Like I've done a couple of cars with a carburetor and HOLLEY. So there's no fuel injectors in it. It's just a carb, and we use the HOLLEY to control ignition and all the data acquisition. And I've used string pots, and I've used shock treble sensors. So that's what we're going to wind up doing is using probably a 3-inch stroke shock treble sensor. We'll put it. The throttle will come off of this side, and then we'll probably come off the bottom here, off of this blower somewhere, with a bracket that'll hold this thing like this, so that when it, you know, as the shock travel sensor goes, you know, 0 inches towards 3 inches is 0 to 100% TPS. So I'll probably make a video about that. Because people don't know that you can do that.
Yeah, I don't think everyone's just like, just clip the Ford style, like on the Wilson manifolds. That's like the big thing, you know.
Yeah, no, you can do a lot of stuff. They also like Raceback makes like a little string pot, which is like it looks like a little throttle position sensor, but it's got a stainless steel cable coming off of it.
Okay.
With like a little hole on the end of it, so you can bolt it to something, and it just stretches it.
So there's a lot of people don't know. There's many ways you can do TPS.
Yeah. Well, a lot of so some of the if you ever heard of a company called RPM data loggers, carburetor guys, they want a throttle position, so they started coming out with some different stuff with the carbs, and then I'm sure some of the screw guys do it too. I know Raceback, they do it a lot with the Raceback with the fuel cars, just so they can. Because the fuel cars are so like ridiculous that just see like if the driver just started fading out or something. You know what I mean? Like if they had to like move the seat forward or something.
If you start blacking out, we want to know.
Yeah. So I know the fuel cars are insane, so. But no.
This is like one step down from a fuel car, so I mean we're getting there.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I could definitely see how you would quantify that. You know what I mean? Like the body doesn't lift off.
A Hemi and a blower.
It does have an
That's the big thing.
You got that one locked in. You know what I mean? But you're a pussy. You got rid of the cool starter in the front.
We did get rid of that. We got a starter down there. So talking about the starter, that kind of really goes into what we got going on here. You're doing all the wiring on the car, chassis and engine harness. We talked about the sensors, very basic compared to any turbo setup.
This is a really basic combo. So there's not really much you need to know about.
It's like a basic engine harness, really.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's got 2 sets of injectors, but like as far as like auxiliary data, there's not much. Like all the auxiliary data is in the chassis.
Yeah.
It's in the chassis and the transmission. And honestly, that's the way it's going anyway. Like that's the way everybody's getting faster anyway. Is like more data and manipulation with the transmission, and more chassis data is making the cars faster.
Yep.
Engine wise, like the only thing that really dictates power with this combination is going to be how much fuel volume you put through it, how much time you shove into the motor, and like if you speed this up or slow this down.
Yeah. Right now we're at like a 60% overdrive, and I think the max on the Whipple's like 75. Yeah. So it's. I mean. Well, no,
the max is whatever you're willing to put on there.
I think the max recommended, I should say, is 65. Well, I don't listen. Right. 120% overdrive.
Right. I mean, if you went like a 92 overdrive with this thing, I think
we'd be doing something.
No, it'd probably break it.
Yeah.
It'd probably break it. And something to point out, though, a lot of guys are looking at this and they probably think this is like an old relic, but it's not.
No, this is like a hot boy piece. I mean, people like that know their shit about blowers nut over that.
Yeah. This is a good blower.
It's pretty cool. One of the things that Matt at Performance Fab is doing is removing the brake master. I've talked about it in some other videos. to the floor so we can move the firewall back so we can get the valve cover off, and then clean up the firewall because it looks like Fido's ass. And then you're gonna cut some more holes in it.
Yeah. So John doesn't know this, but he's about to find out. But I'm gonna tell Matt to build a titanium firewall for this thing.
Damn it.
He'll just get the bill. He'll be all right. Make sure you like and subscribe, and make sure you hit the notifications bell because he's gonna need as many subscribers as he can get.
After this,
hopefully YouTube will send him a couple dollars. What are you up to? About $4 a month now?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, that's about what my YouTube channel is.
So go subscribe to Devin's YouTube channel,
Yeah.
please. Just go. Are you gonna put videos out of this?
Yeah, I will.
Okay, so there. Now you guys have to go subscribe.
Yeah, I will.
But I mean, overall, this is pretty
No,
compared to
this
the
is
turbo
cool.
stuff.
It's a cool deal. Blowers are awesome, right? Like I've always said, like I'd love to have a blower combo. I just can't afford to maintain one. I can afford to buy one. I just can't afford to maintain one.
Well,
because I know what I would do with it.
I have not gone to the maintenance part yet, so I'll let you know how that goes once we get it running.
I would have one on an engine stand.
And just
Like if I was having a bad day, I'd be like, wow, pow. I feel better now. You know what I mean? I wouldn't even have to go to a racetrack.
Yeah, no, you just- all right. Last thing before I get out your hair, you guys check out Devin's channel to get updates on this. Are your neighbors going to hate you after you fire this thing up?
Oh, fuck them. I don't care. No, I did another screw car a couple years ago, and this is actually funny. Me and my neighbor weren't really getting along at the time. They built a fence, and I didn't really like where they put the fence, but whatever. So, being the rational human being that I am, I got the screw car done at like, I want to say it was probably 1 o'clock in the morning. I'd have to confirm with Laura exactly what time it was, but I think it was right around 1 a.m. And I was like, I just got done testing like inputs, outputs, and like making sure everything was right. And I was like, well, can't wait till tomorrow. I definitely have to hear this now. So reached in, hit the button, and fired off, and I was like, holy shit, it runs. And I was like, what power?
Neighbor.
Zoomies, screw blower. It was a good time. But after that, they stopped screwing with me.
Hey.
So it worked out well. It was good. So no, they'll be fine. They're gonna like this, I'm sure. I have a couple machine guns too, so like I've done that before, like at 12 o'clock at night, like outside.
So they're used to it. They're used to it.
Yeah. They'll be all right.
Well, I'm excited. Appreciate you getting me taken care of. Also, are we still doing the bad apple after this? Is that the plan?
Yeah.
So we're gonna get this knocked out. This is gonna go to Matt at Performance Fab, get some stuff done. Dev's gonna do the wiring on it. Probably come back up here, fire it up, load it up in the trailer, and then we'll have probably some little things to do back at the shop. And then we're gonna bring Devin the bad apple, and that'll be the turbo small block forward wiring deal. So
Which surprisingly will be slower and have a lot more wiring in it.
yeah.
So it's funny to think about, you know what I mean? Because it'll be slower, but like this thing's just like, give me here.
This is like caveman.
It really is. And a lot of you LS guys,
I love this because I don't really know if that is pertaining to me at this point.
well, a lot of you LS guys are kind of dumb, right? So it may, and it's no offense to y'all. I mean, don't take any offense to me. It's just that you don't know. But you might be better suited with just building a screw blower because, like, you know what I mean? Once you get it to run, it's good to go. You just hammer it with fuel, and that's it. So, like, it might be better suited for y'all. Like,
So the tip of the day from HCR Innovations, all you LS guys, it's probably easier for you just to build a screw blower.
or quit.
One of the
Or
two.
quit.
Those are your options.
Quit would be easy too.
Those are your options. Well, very excited, Devin. Thank you as always. You guys check his channel out for updates. We'll see this thing when it's fired up. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.